Alright, so while platform is empty, I have about an hour to do this. It's not the first time I'm doing this video, but it's the first time I'm posting this type of video to this platform, okay? And once again, for those of you that are gonna be watching this platform, it's just a matter of when the devil shows up. I'll deal with it when the devil shows up, but I'm not going to respond before the devil shows up because the early bird doesn't always get the worm. I'm just saying. The early bird in this form does not always get the worm. So, welcome to It's Just Eyeshadow's platform. But is it really just eyeshadows, or do the eyeshadows tell a story with every application? Is just eyeshadows. But is it really just eyeshadows? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so the topic for this platform, once again, is it's just my eyeshadow palette collection. That's the topic. So let's get into it. So some of them have names, some of them do not have names. These ones, only one out of the three has a name, and it's this one right here. So we'll start with these ones out of the three, and we're gonna group them in the same set as different tones to the eyeshadow palette that actually has the name, because that is how he set it up, is he grouped it to the tones to the eyeshadow palette that actually has the name. So they're basically the same name, just different undertones to the same names. Okay, so this one is 04 Color Splash, and this is Viva Color. This is from the brand Viva Color. So all three other eyeshadow palettes is going to be Viva Color 04 Color Splash. Okay, and you can say, let's take out this purple one right here. This purple one is going to be the indented tone for the center of Color Splash number 4. Okay, so I'm going to show you with each and every one that doesn't have a name. I'm going to show you the color and undertone that it matches to within each eyeshadow palette. So we're starting off with this center one right here, which is shade number 3, and we're gonna call this one purple shade number 3 of 04 Color Splash. So that's what we're gonna call this one, purple shade number 304 Color Splash. Okay, so this is round 1, and this is round 1 of 1. Okay, and it is a purple tone, round 1 of 1. All right, then we're going to go in with this one right here. This is, even though it's under a different brand name because we had to change the packaging as we probably ran out of packaging, Beauty Icon. This is going to be the Viva Color number 2. This is Viva Color number 2, and this is the peach round of Viva Color number 2 in 04 Color Splash. Yes, 04 Color Splash, and this is Beauty Icon, the peach set. Okay, Beauty Icon, the peach set, and this is number 204 Color Splash. Okay, and that's the peach set, which is right there. Okay, so we have those two. And then finally, for this box right here, we have this one, which is the silver tones. This is the silver tones, and this is from Beauty Icon. And this is going to be shade number 3 right here, which is the dark brown. This is the dark brown shade. And then we also have a mixture of shade 1, which is the purple tinted highlight, which is the white shade to the silver shade. The gray shade, which is this empty can right here, is the it's the brown shade right here, and the black shade is also a mixture of this one as well as the second brown shade. So this is 04 color splash, but in a gray toned with beauty icon. Gray tone to silver tone with beauty icon. Okay, but they are all 04 color splash, and you know how you have different flavors of the same type of licorice? So the licorice that I eat, hold on, let me show you. The licorice that I eat from Saudi Arabia kind of represents this 04 color splash. It represents 04 color splash. And then you have this one in this brand, which represents the black licorice. So you can look at it that way as well, that this is representing the black licorice, but this one is representing this licorice. And then you have this one, which is also representing this form of licorice. And then you have this one, which is also a representation of this form of licorice as well. I do not like the black licorice personally, but I will use the eyeshadow that matches the black licorice as long as it doesn't have thymazine in it. Okay, so that is for the dollar store kit that says you're only worth $40 to me, and $40 is worth too much because you think you got it and you think you can be rude to me with you getting it. Therefore, telling me how I should live my life when you didn't even know what it was before I introduced you to it. So you are still worth $40, but you're acting like you was worth $40 before I told you about it. You're only worth $40 now because I told you about it. Before that, you were probably only worth $1.25 because you heard about it. Now you know because you've seen it. That's what makes it worth 40. Anyways, let's get into my other eyeshadow palette collection. All right. Um, Other eyeshadow palette collection. We're gonna go into the Ultimates, the NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palettes. These are for people who have actually taken the time and they've actually listened, they've actually followed through, and they've actually commented and complimented, and they're actually trying. These are for those people, male and female, that are actually trying to do exactly what they've been taught to do, and they're trying to turn that into a physical essence of they hear it, they see it, they can do it, they know it, and they understand it. They're just being bothered and they're having a little bit of a difficult time turning it into the physical because of the $40 snapshots that think they got it. Okay, so these ones are more for the $170 round snapshots, meaning they got it, they're trying, but they're having a difficult time peaking it. I'm just saying. So this one is the NYX Professional Makeup Ultimate Paradise Shock, and this is the shadow palette, and this one is Paradise Shock, obviously. Paradise Shock. So these are $70. They're peaking it, but they're having a difficulty turning the dial. You know what I mean? Or they're used to driving a regular four-wheeled, but they want to try and drive a standard four-wheeler, but they're having a difficult time picking up on the brakes of the standard four-wheeler. So they're staying where they're comfortable because of the difficulty of transferring to a four-wheel standard, because it might draw them back to where they're pretty much running from. So that's that one. The Paradise Shock from NYX. And then you have this one right here. This is also the NYX Paradise Shock. By the way, this one represents the males and this one represents the females. Okay, so this is the females of the NYX Paradise Shock, and this is the I Know That's Bright version of the NYX Paradise Shock. This is the I Know That's Bright version. All right, and usually we always have males wear green that they're picking it up, they understand it, but they're struggling with it because of certain attachments. Females, the same thing, and it looks like it's them, but it's not really them. So I just have to see it with a different light and a different understanding in order to know how to avoid interaction, however, yet interact at the same time. So that's what that is, $170. You're doing something and you're advancing. You're just having a difficult time making the change over to a standard instead of a regular four door. All right. And we're going to go into a part two with this container. We're going to go into a part two.